What is this? All this guy did was publicly agree with a take saying, listen to trans people's opinions on trans issues rather than nosy celebrities, and Rowling's TERF cult has made it their mission to turn his replies into a perpetual bacchanal of the most psychotic takes you've ever seen. What a fucking word. He said, labor rights for strippers. Bit of nighttime industry solidarity after the show tonight in Wellington, where the local strippers are out protesting for fair contracts and labor rights outside a Calendar Girls strip club. Hashtag there is power in a union. I bet none of these women were the ones you usually prefer, Billy. The ones with penises. Funny how you only stand up for women's rights when they benefit men. The SWERF and TERF coalition, ever present and incredibly powerful. Sex work is rape work, pervert. Buyers of trafficked women and children should have the highest legal penalties applied to them. Your porn-addled brain sees these women as your toys. You are the problem. You a stripper now, Billy, or just another dirty old man lusting after naked young girls and exploiting them. The only place for a woman in the movement is prone, eh? Of writing around naked in front of a bunch of lecherous, disgusting men. That was who he was agreeing with, and that senile lunatic Rowling claimed that somehow meant Bragg was pro-rape and death threat. J.K. Rowling says, very much enjoying the recent spat of bearded men stepping confidently onto their soapboxes to define what a woman is and throw their support behind rape and death threats to those who dare disagree. You may mock, but takes real bravery to come out as an Old Testament prophet. Doesn't this rhetoric also infantilize sex workers? Yes, of course. Which is why you always see SWERFs. Whenever SWERFs talk to a fucking sex worker, you literally see it. Remember my stripper friend who was at the heart of the whole like Artemis saga? That started because my stripper friend saw someone wearing my fucking merchandise at her strip club. She asked for consent from all parties involved to post the video. Everyone agreed. I loved it. I said, oh, how wonderful. Look at this. You know, a Hasanabi head at a strip club. SWERF saw that and lost their fucking minds. Not only that, but they started Marxist-Leninists, supposedly Marxist-Leninist SWERFs, saw that and started yelling at my stripper friend. Like, when she literally had the audacity to defend her line of work, Twitter decided, we do not consent. And they've been running on that bullshit ever since. That bullshit literally turned into people lying and saying that I went to a brothel that was busted for sex trafficking. I went to a brothel that was sex trafficking for children. All of these are lies. Okay? The brothel I went to was busted for tax evasion, and they successfully sued the Berlin government. It's still in operation, and it successfully sued the Berlin government for defamation for $100,000. And none of these dumb motherfuckers give a shit about the truth. They just keep lying about it. This is such a small percentage of shitty people. Yeah, they might be a small percentage of shitty people, but they're the loudest fucking dissenters who are in every single one of my replies. By the way, the brothel I went to 10 fucking years ago. The brothel was raided for tax evasion in 2016. It's just a smear campaign. What's also crazy is that I routinely advocate for safe sex work. Okay? And because of that, I regularly talk about bad actors in that industry because I believe that this industry needs to maintain even higher fucking standards than other industries. But it does not matter. People who are SWERFs oftentimes come at it from a comically selfish perspective, a comically narcissistic perspective, which is, I cannot imagine a world in which I would consent to doing this, so you can't either. You must be forced into doing this. and they will look for any and every person that actually may have been forced or coerced into doing it to re-justify their preconceived biases. That's it. Anyway. Being a TERF SWERF is inherently performative because it makes any feminist takes by them illegitimate. Yes. You're 100% correct. It's just like an acronym that's stuck. How do I know if it's actual consensual sex work and not done out of material need? What do you mean? There's still a material need involved in the matter. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, it's not like only rich people can do consensual sex work, okay, that have all their needs met otherwise. That's like silly. The point is, there's always going to be a material need. That's why it's work. It's the difference between me working for another company, me working for a boss, versus me working for myself. Okay? I work for myself. I love my job. I'm very happy, but it's still a job in some ways. You know, there's still hours I need to fulfill, right? Still a job. If I didn't do this, even though I love doing it, if I didn't do this, I would not have money. My money would run dry. You know? Saying, how do I know if it's consensual work is the equivalent of saying, how do I know if this is consensual factory worker or a slave? Yeah, I mean.